answer these interview questions. The first question is, how can you use a linked list to implement a stack? So a stack is a list that has, or an array that has the last item in is the first item that is out. And so to implement this, let's talk about a push. So in a stack, you have a push, and to implement the push in a stack, I would basically just insert the new node at the head. So for every single new node that you put in there, it will now become the new head. And to pop, or in a in a stack, you have a pop command. To implement the pop command in a linked list, I would remove the head and set the next item to the new head. And so basically, the last items you put in are the first to go out. And there's a get top command in a stack to implement the get top command inside of a linked list. You can just find the first head, like get the value of the first head, because that should always be the top of the list, or the top of the linked list. And the is empty command for stack, I could easily do that by just saying if the linked list has a count of 0, and if it has a count of 0, that means there's nothing in there. So that's how I would implement the stack for that. So the next question is, how do you implement a queue using a linked list? And the way that I would go about doing this, a queue is first in, first out. So the first things that are going are the first to come out. And so for the onQueue command of a queue, I would to implement that into a linked list. What I would do is add a new node to the tail every time that you put something in there. So like it's going to be the new tail. The first item you put in there is going to be the item, and then you keep adding it, the next one to the tail, to the tail, to the tail. And then when you dequeue, you remove the item from the head. So you remove the first, and then the next, and the next. And this is because that would give you the first in, first out. The first items that you put in are the first to come out. And they have a command in a queue called size. And to implement this using a linked list, I would just basically do the linked list.count, which would give you the amount of items that are in that. And then there's the same, both this that is empty would be the same as the stack, where you just, if the link count, if your linked list count is 0, then it's empty. And so that's how I would implement the stack and a queue using a linked list. Thank you.